It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Patriots and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New England Patriots. Brennan Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis and CD. In the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Now Jones. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now Jones. Open man is Myers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go, team.
Throwing to start the drive. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Throwing again on second down. Carr lets this go for Renfro downfield.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfro. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Now White lost the football, but I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with White.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Harris. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the 1st half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. That's caught by Myers. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
This is our time. Our time.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man in concert.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Throwing on first down is Carr, and he hits Drake. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Carr going to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Crunch time. Raider 2, 694. Deuce right chief.
Again, it's Carr. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Here's Carr. He's going to let it go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, though. Let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for New England. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Carr, he gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down now, it's Drake, and they're able to bring him down at the 20.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now, 180. Let's go deep. Watch tight end. Hey.
Carr now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams?
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Powers past him at midfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Let's go. Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And bulldozing his way through. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now they'll throw with Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. Oh, nice move. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Demarcus Robinson there to make the grab.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Now Jones.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Harris. Powers through him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. Shoves him aside. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He's got it. That catch good for only a couple. Second and goal from the 1. Jacobs. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They go with Jacobs, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Patriots get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here's Harris. Oh, what a move. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Carr.
Now this goes out wide for Drake.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Colton Miller, former 1st-round pick, called for the penalty there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw his Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller, 60 yards.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Damian Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again.
And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
The Pats at the line ready to go.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
After the sack on first down, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Jones. And he finds Parker here, complete.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run. Here's Harris. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Now Harris. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. It's a gain of 5. And now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation. And I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed. But the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And folks, kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.